Welcome back to our channel, my dear friends. Today, we are talking about a powerful lesson. Choose yourself first. Sometimes, we spend so much time making everyone else happy that we forget about our own life. We say yes when we want to say no. We stay where we are not respected. We give our time to everyone but have nothing left for our own dreams. Choosing yourself first does not mean becoming selfish. It means understanding that your peace, your time, your goals, and your happiness matter too. You can love people without losing yourself. You can help others without forgetting your own needs. And you can walk away from places where you are no longer valued. Lesson 1. Stop living only to please everyone. One of the biggest reasons people forget themselves is simple. They want everyone to be happy with them. You want your family to approve of you. You want your friends to like you. You want people to think you are kind. You do not want anyone to become angry with you. So you keep saying yes. Yes, I can help. Yes, I can come. Yes, I can do that. Even when you are tired. Even when you have important work. Even when you really want to say no. Slowly, something happens. You become available for everyone, but unavailable for yourself. Your goals wait, your rest waits, your health waits, your happiness waits. And you keep telling yourself, I will focus on myself later. But later keeps moving. This is why choosing yourself begins with understanding an important truth. You cannot make everyone happy. No matter how good you are, someone may still misunderstand you. No matter how much you give, someone may still want more. No matter how carefully you live, someone may still criticize you. If you build your whole life around avoiding other people's disappointment, you may eventually become disappointed with your own life. Imagine you have planned to study for an important exam. A friend calls and asks you to go out. You do not want to go because you need to prepare. But you are afraid your friend will think, he doesn't care about me. So you go. Your friend enjoys the evening. But later you are stressed because you did not study. Who paid the price for that decision? You did. Sometimes saying yes to someone else means saying no to something important in your own life. This does not mean you should never help people. Helping others is beautiful. Being there for family and friends matters. But there must be balance. Help because you genuinely want to help, not because you are terrified of what people will think if you refuse. You are allowed to say, I can't today. I already have plans. I need some time for myself. You do not need a long explanation every time. A respectful no is enough. At first, this may feel uncomfortable, especially if people are used to hearing yes from you. Someone may say, you have changed. Maybe you have. Maybe you have finally understood that your time has value too. Not every change is bad. Sometimes growth looks like disappointing someone because you stop disappointing yourself. You also need to stop changing your personality just to be accepted. Maybe you stay quiet because you are afraid people will judge your opinion. Maybe you pretend to like things you do not enjoy. Maybe you follow a lifestyle you do not want because everyone around you is doing it. Ask yourself, if nobody were judging me, would I still choose this? That question can tell you a lot. Your life should not become a performance for other people. You do not need to become the person everyone expects. You need to discover the person you truly want to become. And remember, people who genuinely care about you will not require you to destroy yourself to keep them happy. A healthy friendship can survive a no. A healthy relationship can respect your boundaries. A person who values you will understand that you also have responsibilities, goals, and needs. If someone only likes you when you always agree with them, ask yourself what kind of relationship that really is. There will also be moments when choosing yourself means accepting that someone may not understand your decision. You may choose a different career. You may leave a situation that makes you unhappy. You may stop spending time with certain people. You may begin taking your health more seriously. Not everyone will understand. That is okay. Listen to useful advice. Think carefully before making big decisions. But after that, remember, you are the person who has to live with the result. Other people can give opinions. You have to live the life. So stop asking everyone, "What should I do?" and begin asking yourself, "What kind of life do I want to build?" Your answer matters. Imagine a woman who spent years trying to make everyone happy. She always helped, always agreed, always changed her plans. People called her kind, but inside, she felt exhausted. One day, she realized that she knew what everyone around her wanted, but she'd almost forgotten what she wanted. So she started making small changes. She protected time for her own goals. She said no when she truly could not help. She stopped explaining every decision. She still cared about people. She was still kind, but she stopped disappearing from her own life. And slowly, she felt like herself again. That is what choosing yourself can mean. It does not mean only I matter. It means I matter too. You can be kind without becoming available to everyone. You can love people without giving away your whole life. Stop living only for approval and start making choices that respect the person you have to live with every day, yourself. And before we start lesson 2, please like this video because your one like gives me motivation to create more helpful videos for you. Lesson 2. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. One of the most powerful things you can learn is how to say no. It is a very small word, but for some people, it is extremely difficult to say. You may want to say no, but your mind starts thinking, what if they become angry? What if they think I am selfish? What if they stop liking me? So instead, you say yes. But inside, you are tired. You are uncomfortable. Sometimes, you even become angry with yourself because you agreed to something you never wanted to do. This is why choosing yourself also means learning to create healthy boundaries. A boundary is simply a limit that protects your time, energy, peace, and values. For example, imagine you have been working all day. You are tired and want to rest. Then someone asks you to do something that can easily wait until tomorrow. You know you need rest, but you feel guilty saying no, so you agree. Later you feel exhausted. There was nothing wrong with helping. The problem was that you ignored what you needed because you were afraid to disappoint someone. Sometimes you need to remind yourself, their disappointment does not automatically mean I made a bad decision. People may not always like your boundaries, especially if they benefited when you had none. If you always answered every call, someone may be surprised when you stop answering while working. If you always changed your plans for others, someone may become unhappy when you keep your own plans. If you always accepted disrespect quietly, someone may not like it when you finally speak up. That does not mean your boundary is wrong. You can say no without becoming rude. You can simply say, I can't do that today. I already have something planned. I need some time to rest. I am not comfortable with that. These are complete answers. You do not always need a long story to explain why you are protecting your time. And remember, saying no to something can mean saying yes to something more important. When you say no to staying awake too late, you say yes to your health. When you say no to unnecessary distractions, you say yes to your goals. When you say no to people who repeatedly disrespect you, you say yes to your peace. When you say no to something that goes against your values, you say yes to your character. So before automatically saying yes, ask yourself, what am I saying no to in my own life by agreeing to this? Maybe you are giving away your study time. Maybe you are losing your sleep. Maybe you are missing time with your family. Maybe you are delaying your own work. Your time is limited. Every yes uses some of it. Choose carefully. There is also a difference between kindness and always sacrificing yourself. A kind person helps when they can. But a person who never has boundaries may continue giving until they feel empty. You do not have to reach that point. Think about your phone battery. You can use your phone for hours. But eventually, the battery needs charging. You do not become angry at the phone because it needs power. You charge it. Your energy also has limits. You need rest. You need quiet time. You need space for your own goals. Taking that time does not mean you stopped caring about others. It means you understand that you cannot keep giving from an empty life. Sometimes, the hardest no is not to another person. It is to yourself. You may need to say no to scrolling for another hour. No to spending money you do not need to spend. No to returning to a situation that repeatedly hurts you. No to a habit that keeps taking you away from the person you want to become. Choosing yourself is also making decisions that protect your future, even when the easier choice feels good right now. At first, boundaries can feel uncomfortable. That is normal. You are learning a new way of treating yourself. You may feel guilty, but guilt does not always mean you did something wrong. Sometimes you simply feel uncomfortable because you are doing something different. Give yourself time. You can still be loving. You can still help people. You can still care deeply. But you do not need to say yes to everything to prove that you are a good person. Your time, energy, and peace have value. Learn to say no with respect, without anger, and without a long explanation. Every time you protect what truly matters, you are teaching yourself that your needs and your future matter too. Lesson 3. Stop chasing people who do not choose you. Sometimes choosing yourself means accepting a painful truth. Not everyone you care about will care about you in the same way. You may always call first. You may always send the message. You may always make the plan. You may always try to fix the relationship. But the other person gives very little effort. Still, you keep trying because you are afraid of losing them. You think, maybe if I try harder, they will value me. Maybe if I give more, they will stay. Maybe one day they will finally understand me. But a healthy relationship should not make you feel like you have to beg for basic care and respect. This can happen in friendship. It can happen in love. It can even happen with people you have known for years. You keep giving your time and energy to someone who only remembers you when they need something. Then, when you need them, they disappear. Pay attention to patterns. Words can be beautiful. Someone can say, "You are important to me." But look at their actions too. Do they make time for you? Do they respect you? Do they listen when you speak? Do they support you during difficult moments? Do they make an effort to keep you in their life? You do not need perfection from people. Everyone becomes busy. Everyone makes mistakes. But there should be effort from both sides. A relationship cannot stay healthy when only one person keeps carrying it. Choosing yourself does not mean immediately leaving everyone who disappoints you. First, communicate. Maybe the person does not understand how you feel. Speak calmly. Tell them what is hurting you. Give them a chance to understand. But if you clearly communicate and the same harmful pattern continues again and again, you may need to stop asking for something that person is not willing to give. Sometimes walking away is not anger. It is acceptance. You are simply saying, I cannot keep losing myself trying to make this work. And walking away does not mean you hate someone. You can care about a person and still understand that being close to them is not good for you. You can remember beautiful moments and still decide that you need a different future. You can wish someone well without giving them unlimited access to your life. This is where self-respect becomes important. Do not measure your value by how much attention someone gives you. If someone ignores you, that does not make you worthless. If someone leaves, that does not mean nobody else will ever value you. If someone does not see what you bring to their life, you do not need to spend years trying to convince them. Your value does not disappear because someone failed to recognize it. Imagine a man who keeps messaging a friend. He asks to meet. He checks on him. He remembers important days. But the friend almost never makes an effort. Every time the man stops messaging, the friendship disappears. For a long time, he thinks, what is wrong with me? Then one day he stops chasing. Not to punish his friend. Not to play a game. He simply decides to put his energy into people who also make space for him. Slowly, he notices something. He feels lighter. He has more time for his family. He meets people who genuinely enjoy being around him. The moment he stopped forcing one connection, he created room for healthier ones. This is an important lesson. Sometimes, you are so busy holding on to the wrong people that you have no space for the right people. You are spending your emotional energy trying to get attention from someone who keeps showing you that they are not interested. Use some of that energy on yourself. Work on your goals. Take care of your health. Learn something. Spend time with people who appreciate your presence. Build a life that does not fall apart when one person walks away. And remember, choosing yourself is not about becoming cold. Do not stop loving. Do not stop trusting everyone because one person disappointed you. The goal is not to build walls around your heart. The goal is to become wiser about where you give your energy. Love people. Care about them. Be loyal. But do not abandon yourself to keep someone else. You deserve relationships where you can feel respected without constantly proving that you deserve to be there. Stop running after people who keep running away from you. Give love, effort, and respect, but notice whether they are being returned. Sometimes choosing yourself means letting go of the person you keep chasing and finally giving that energy back to your own life. Lesson 4. Protect your peace and your energy. Your peace is valuable, but sometimes you give it away without realizing it. You spend hours thinking about what someone said. You argue about things that do not matter. You worry about what people think of you. You keep returning to situations that make you unhappy. At the end of the day, your body is tired, but your mind is even more tired. Choosing yourself means understanding that not everything deserves your energy. Imagine someone says something negative about you. Your first feeling may be anger. You want to answer immediately. You want to explain yourself. You want to prove that person wrong. But ask yourself, will this matter 1 month from today? If the answer is no, maybe it does not deserve hours of your life today. You do not need to attend every argument you are invited to. Sometimes silence is better. Sometimes walking away is better. Sometimes protecting your peace is more important than proving that you are right. This does not mean allowing people to treat you badly. If something important needs to be discussed, speak. If someone crosses your boundaries, say something. If a problem needs to be solved, deal with it. But learn the difference between a real problem and unnecessary drama. Not every comment needs an answer. Not every misunderstanding needs a long explanation. Not every person needs access to your time. Choose your battles carefully. Your energy is limited. Every day you only have so much attention to give. Think about where you are spending it. Are you using it to improve your life? Or are you spending most of it thinking about people and situations you cannot control? Maybe you spend an hour worrying about someone's opinion. That hour could have been used for exercise, learning, working on your dream, resting, talking with someone you love. Your attention is part of your life. Where your attention goes, your time often follows. So protect it. Your phone can also take away your peace. You open social media for a few minutes. Suddenly, you are comparing your life with everyone else's. Someone is traveling. Someone bought a new car. Someone looks successful. Someone seems happy. Then you look at your own life and feel behind. But you are comparing your normal life with selected moments from someone else's life. You do not know their full story. Come back to your own road. Ask yourself, what does my life need from me today? Maybe you need to finish some work. Maybe you need sleep. Maybe you need exercise. Maybe you need time with your family. Maybe you simply need a quiet evening. Give yourself what you actually need instead of constantly watching what everyone else is doing. Protecting your peace also means knowing when to rest. You cannot be productive every second. You are not a machine. There will be days when your body and mind need recovery. Take a break without feeling guilty. Go for a walk, sleep properly, sit quietly, spend time away from screens. Do something you enjoy. Rest is not always wasting time. Sometimes, rest is what allows you to return with a clear mind. But protecting your energy also means being careful about the people around you. Some people leave you feeling encouraged. You talk to them and feel lighter. Others constantly bring drama, negativity, gossip, and problems. You may not be able to remove every negative person from your life. Sometimes you work with them. Sometimes they are part of your family. But you can control how much of your emotional energy you give to every situation. You can create distance. You can change the subject. You can refuse to join gossip. You can stop explaining yourself again and again. You can decide, I will not carry this with me all day. That is emotional strength. And remember, peace does not mean your life has no problems. A peaceful person can still have responsibilities, bills, deadlines, difficult decisions. Peace means you learn not to create extra pain around every problem. You deal with what needs your attention and release what does not. Imagine carrying a heavy bag everywhere you go. Inside that bag are old arguments, people's opinions, past mistakes, unnecessary worries, and problems you cannot control. Every day you add more, Eventually, you become exhausted. Choosing yourself sometimes means opening that bag and asking, do I still need to carry this? Maybe the answer is no. You cannot change yesterday. You cannot control every person. You cannot predict everything that will happen tomorrow. But you can choose what deserves your attention today. Protecting your peace is not running away from life. It is refusing to waste your life on things that do not deserve it. Give your energy to your health, your goals, your growth, and the people who truly matter. Your peace is part of your well-being. Do not give it away cheaply. Lesson 5. Invest in yourself and build your own life. Choosing yourself is not only about saying no to people or protecting your peace. It is also about saying yes to your own growth. Think about how much time you spend helping other people, watching other people's lives, thinking about their opinions, or worrying about what they are doing. Now ask yourself, how much time am I investing in myself? Your future needs your attention too. Maybe you want to speak better English. Practice every day. Maybe you want a better career. Learn useful skills. Maybe you want to become healthier. Take care of your body. Maybe you want financial freedom. Learn how to manage your money. Maybe you want more confidence. Start doing the things you are afraid to do. Do not only wish for a better life. Build yourself into someone who can create it. Investing in yourself does not always mean spending money. Sometimes, the best investment is your time. 30 minutes of reading, 20 minutes of exercise, an hour of focused learning, going to bed earlier, practicing a useful skill. These things may look simple, but repeated for months and years, they can completely change your direction. Imagine you spend 30 minutes every day learning something useful. After one day, there may be almost no difference. After 1 week, the change may still look small. But after a year, think about how much you could know. This is how personal growth often works. It happens quietly. Nobody may notice you studying. Nobody may see you exercising early in the morning. Nobody may know how many times you practiced before becoming confident. But later they see the result. Your private effort becomes your public strength. You also need to build a life that you enjoy even when nobody is beside you. Some people are afraid to be alone. They always need someone to call, someone to meet, someone to entertain them. But learning to enjoy your own company can be powerful. Go for a walk alone. Read. Work on a hobby. Learn something. Sit quietly and think about where your life is going. Being alone and being lonely are not always the same thing. You can use time alone to understand yourself better. Ask yourself, what do I actually enjoy? What kind of person do I want to become? What do I want my life to look like? What habits are taking me closer to that life? You may discover that some of your old choices were never really yours. You were simply following what everyone around you was doing. Choosing yourself means becoming more intentional. Do not choose a career only because other people think it looks impressive. Do not buy things only to impress people. Do not stay in places that make you unhappy simply because leaving might disappoint someone. Listen to advice. Think carefully. Be responsible. But remember that you are building a life you have to wake up inside every morning. Make sure some part of it belongs to you. And do not wait until you feel completely confident before improving yourself. Confidence often comes after action. You join the class. You begin exercising. You apply for the opportunity. You start learning. At first, you may feel uncomfortable. Then you improve. Your improvement gives you confidence, and that confidence helps you take a bigger step. This is how you grow. You also need patience. You may invest in yourself for months without seeing a dramatic change. Keep going. A stronger body takes time. A new skill takes time. Financial stability takes time. Confidence takes time. A meaningful career takes time. Do not quit because your growth is slow. Slow growth is still growth. Think about a young woman who spends years putting everyone else's needs first. She always helps friends. She always changes her plans. She spends hours watching what everyone else is doing. But her own dreams stay untouched. One day, she decides to give herself 1 hour every evening. During that hour, she studies a skill she has always wanted to learn. At first, nothing exciting happens. She simply studies. Weeks pass, then months. She becomes better. Eventually, that skill creates a new career opportunity. Her life did not change because someone came to rescue her. It changed because she finally started giving some of her energy to her own future. That is what choosing yourself can look like. You do not need to become selfish. You can still love your family, help your friends, support people, be generous. But while you are building everyone else up, do not forget to build yourself. You deserve your own effort too. The time you spend improving yourself is never wasted. Learn, grow, take care of your body, build useful skills, and create a life you respect. Do not wait for someone else to choose you, save you, or create your future for you. Choose yourself. Invest in yourself, and become the person who can build the life you want. Lesson 6. Become your own priority and create a life you love. Choosing yourself first does not mean that you stop loving people. It does not mean you become selfish. It does not mean you only think about yourself. It means you finally understand one important truth. Your life matters too. For years, you may have been waiting for someone else to choose you. You wait for someone to notice your effort. You wait for someone to appreciate you. You wait for someone to believe in your dream. You wait for someone to tell you, you are good enough. But what if that person never comes? Will you spend your whole life waiting? At some point, you have to become the person who says, I believe in myself. I will give myself a chance. This is where choosing yourself becomes powerful. You stop waiting for permission to build the life you want. You begin taking responsibility for your own happiness, growth, and future. Maybe you have a dream that you have delayed for years. You keep saying, I will start when life becomes easier. I will start when I have more confidence. I will start when people support me. But there may never be a perfect moment. Sometimes, you have to begin while you are still nervous. Start small. Take one step. Then take the next. You do not need everyone's approval before improving your own life. If you want to learn something, begin learning. If you want to become healthier, make a better choice today. If you want to change your career, start developing the skills you will need. If you want more peace, stop giving every problem your attention. If you want confidence, begin keeping small promises to yourself. Your life changes when your choices begin matching the future you say you want. Choosing yourself is something you do through actions, not only words. You may say, I love myself. But do you protect your health? Do you respect your time? Do you walk away from repeated disrespect? Do you make time for your goals? Do you forgive yourself when you make an honest mistake? Do you stop yourself from returning to habits that keep hurting your future? These choices show how you truly treat yourself. Sometimes choosing yourself will feel uncomfortable. You may have to leave a familiar situation. You may need to say no to someone you care about. You may have to spend less time with certain people. You may need to change an old habit. You may have to begin again. Comfort can keep you in places you have already outgrown. Something can feel familiar without being good for you. Imagine wearing shoes that became too small years ago. You know them. You are used to them. But every step hurts. Keeping them only because they are familiar does not make sense. Some parts of life can become the same. A friendship may no longer be healthy. A habit may no longer serve you. A way of thinking may keep you small. Choosing yourself means being brave enough to ask, is this still good for the person I am becoming? If the answer is no, something may need to change. But do not confuse choosing yourself with running away every time something becomes difficult. Relationships require effort. Careers have hard days. Goals become uncomfortable. Growth itself can be difficult. The question is not, is this hard? The better question is this difficulty helping me grow, or is it repeatedly destroying my peace and self-respect? There is a big difference. Sometimes you need to stay and work through a challenge. Sometimes you need to leave. Wisdom is learning the difference. Choosing yourself also means accepting that you cannot control how everyone sees you. Some people will understand your decisions. Some will not. Some may support your growth. Some may prefer the old version of you because that version was easier for them. You cannot spend your entire life explaining yourself. Listen to people you trust. Think carefully. Correct yourself when you are wrong. But after that, have the courage to live according to your values. You do not need to be understood by everyone to know why something matters to you. Another important part of choosing yourself is learning to enjoy your own progress. Do not only celebrate yourself when you achieve something huge. Notice the small changes. Maybe you finally said no without giving a long explanation. Maybe you spent an evening working on your goal instead of wasting time. Maybe you stopped messaging someone who repeatedly ignored you. Maybe you went to bed on time. Maybe you started exercising. Maybe you spoke up for yourself calmly. These may look like small moments, but they are signs that your relationship with yourself is changing. Every time you make a healthy choice, you are saying, my future deserves my effort. And remember, you will still make mistakes. There will be days when you return to an old habit. You may trust the wrong person. You may waste time. You may make a choice you later regret. Choosing yourself does not mean becoming perfect. It also means knowing how to forgive yourself, learn, and continue. Do not spend years punishing yourself for something you can no longer change. Take responsibility. Fix what you can. Learn the lesson. Then allow yourself to move forward. You deserve the same patience you often give to other people. There is also something beautiful that happens when you begin choosing yourself in a healthy way. You can become better for the people around you too. When you are rested, you can give better attention. When you respect yourself, you can build healthier relationships. When you work on your goals, you become more confident. When you protect your peace, you stop bringing unnecessary anger into every conversation. When you understand your boundaries, you can help people without secretly feeling angry about it later. So choosing yourself does not have to take love away from anyone. It can teach you how to love without losing yourself. Imagine a person standing in front of two roads. On the first road, they continue living only for approval. They keep saying yes. They keep hiding what they want. They keep chasing people. They keep delaying their dreams. Years pass. On the second road, they begin making small changes. They still care about people, but they also care about themselves. They protect time for their goals. They take care of their health. They choose better relationships. They stop fighting for attention. They learn. They grow. They build a life that feels meaningful. After several years, those two roads can lead to completely different lives. And the difference begins with one decision. I will stop abandoning myself. That is the heart of this entire video. Choosing yourself is not saying, I am more important than everyone. It is saying, I will no longer treat myself as if I am less important than everyone. Love people. Help them. Be generous. Be kind. But keep a place for yourself in your own life. Protect your dreams. Take care of your body. Respect your time. Listen to your needs. Build your skills. Walk away from repeated disrespect. Forgive yourself for being human. And keep becoming someone you are proud to live with. You are the person who will be with you through every chapter of your life. People may come and go. Situations may change. Plans may fail. But you still have to wake up every morning and live with yourself. So build a good relationship with that person. Trust yourself. Respect yourself. Take care of yourself. And when life gives you a choice between constantly losing yourself for approval and protecting the person you are becoming, choose yourself. Not because nobody else matters, but because you matter too. My dear friends, choosing yourself first does not mean becoming selfish. It means you stop forgetting yourself while caring for everyone else. Protect your peace. Respect your time. Work on your dreams. Take care of your health. Stay close to people who value you, and learn to walk away from what repeatedly takes away your happiness. You can love others deeply without losing who you are. Do not spend your whole life waiting for someone else to choose you. Believe in yourself. Invest in yourself. Stand up for yourself. And build a life that feels right for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.